Welcome to the Autosportradio.com 2021 show. I'm your host, Don Kay. We are coming to you from the Grand King Race Shop, home of the Top Gun Racing. We're located at 8155 Crawfordsville Road. If you get a chance, you need to stop by. This is a working museum. You'll enjoy it. Today's show is presented by Honda and Honda HPD, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the NTT IndyCar Series, SVRA, McGilvery's Pub and Eatery and Speedway, which incidentally now is non-smoking, and VP Insurance. One of the things that everybody looks forward to is going to see their dentist. Well, I can recommend somebody that you will look forward to going. That's the Indy Dental Group. Indy 500 veteran Dr. Jack Miller and his wife, Dr. Liz Lewis, have a spectacular practice. You need to get your teeth checked, need a little dental work or inspection. I highly recommend you call and make an appointment. The number is 317-846-6125. My honey pie Sharon goes there and she loves it. And actually, strange enough, she looks forward to going and seeing them again. If you think you need a roof inspection, you may need your roof replaced, I highly recommend you call Ted Howlett. He's can take care of getting you a checkup and an estimate if need be. So give him a call. His number is 317-500-3370. Your computer is limping a little bit. You need some help. Our computer ace has got a shop now. It's located at 549 Fleming Street. It's just east of Lyndhurst on West Washington Street. He's on the northeast corner behind the dental office. The dental office on the corner, he's right behind it. So if you need some help, give him a call, tell him your problem. If you can't get there, he'll come to you. The number is 317-938-7711. Is it time to get insurance for your home, your car, your commercial property, or life insurance? VP Insurance can help you. Mike Pardee and his staff will take care of you. You get better coverage, you'll find, for less money. Give them a call, tell them what you need. They'll help you. The number is 317-248-0070. You want to find out why guys and gals love driving Indy cars? Well, why don't you take a ride in the Indy Racing Experience two-seater? Give them a call, make a reservation, find out, or go online for that matter. Go to IndyRacingExperience.com, see where they will be and when. And if you can make it happen, go down there and sign up for a ride. You can do that by going online, and in the promo box, put DK1, you get a 50% discount. Or you can call Shonda at the office. The number is 317-243-7171. You ever thought about having a vintage car, or maybe you've got one and need it restored? Grand King Shops can help you. So give them a call, tell them what you got or what you're looking for. They'll help you out. The number is 317-820-3595. And if you want to take a tour of the shop, at the same number and set something up, take the tour. You'll love it, I guarantee it. My guest today is a young man that I met early on in the mid to late 90s when he came to Indianapolis to run in the IndyCar Series. At the time, it was called the Indy Racing League. He brought a good career of racing with him and had a pretty decent career actually in IndyCar. Once he got going, he had some top 5 and top 10 finishes and counted very well for himself. And it was always a pleasure to see him, always a pleasant young man to deal with, and a heck of a good driver. Please welcome Mr. Michel Jourdain Jr. Michel, I haven't talked to you in a long time, but I understand driving is still part of your DNA.
It's Lee, so thank you, Don. I'm not a young man anymore, but thank you for calling me that, because you remember the Michel you met, but yes, of course, driving is part of my DNA, and I started doing it and I keep doing it because it's the thing that I enjoy the most in my life. So yes, still doing it and still doing good. And for me, it's always good to talk to you, to you and people from the States, and to remember all the good memories I had in my career in the US.
You came upon racing because somewhere in your background there's somebody got involved. Your father was very much involved. He drove a couple IndyCar races actually early on, and got involved with promotion and ownership of racetracks. So obviously you've been around racing most all your life.
All my life. I mean, Yes, since I don't remember going to a first race. Since I was born, I was in the track, and um, with my dad, with my uncles, going to the track and helping and cleaning cars and cleaning carburetors and changing tires, just and always thinking and dreaming about starting my first race, and then dreaming about winning my first race, and dreaming about the next class and things like that. And then, of course, making it to IndyCar was huge. And the same, trying to drive two more races, win, getting the podium, win my first race. I didn't get to win a championship, but fought for at least for one, and raced with. I think I was lucky. I drove in in a in great times. Drove against an amazing drivers. So I think I'm a lucky guy.
And you had Uncle Bernard who did he did drive, I think, what, two 500s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did 89, where he was Rookie of the Year, and 91, where he raced for AJ Foyt. Actually, that was my first Indy 500. In 91, that was my 15th birthday present. I was still 14. But in September, that September I turned 15, and I can remember that weekend so good, and it was amazing experience. And thinking that one day I remember thinking one day I have to race here, and 5 years later I was there, so that was pretty cool.
It was amazing when you came in. A lot of people said, what does this guy know? Well, I knew a little bit about you because I heard some talk about you before you got here. And I said, wait and you see, you're going to be kind of surprised at what he can do. And you did in your career do good. I'm trying to think, did you win a race or two? I thought you did.
I did win Milwaukee and Montreal in
Yeah.
2003.
Yeah. Okay. You're still racing and you're still winning. What series is it you're driving in now? I think you drove this weekend and we're in 3 races. I know you won one of them.
Yes,
What series are you in?
I'm racing two series. The one is with Freightliner semi trucks. That's a race I won, and also it's like a touring car series um, that I raced with. It's like a pro-am. I was champion last year. Um, won not this weekend, the previous weekend won one of the races. Normally it's two races per weekend, and in this weekend we had mechanical failures in both races. First in with a clutch, and then a few pickup problems where we were while we were leading. So not so good. So, but sometimes this is racing. So, but we're competitive, and waking up every Sunday thinking we can win every race. So I'm enjoying it, and hopefully I can still do it for a long time.
Now, you are interested in working on bringing young drivers from Mexico north to get to the Road to Indy program and eventually, hopefully, to the IndyCar series. And in that vein, you and a former competitor of yours, a guy that most people will know, Michael Andretti, have teamed up and have the Andretti Jourdain team. And you're running what, Super Copa? And what series is that?
The Super Copa is it's like the series, yeah, and we have different classes in it. The semi trucks, the touring cars I'm telling you about. We have motorcycles and a small Formula, like a Formula V, but now with a water cooled engine. But it's basically Formula V, a little bit more modern. My son actually started racing that this year. He did Sunday his third race, so that's pretty cool. And yes, we teamed up with Michael, trying. He's he's always seen how Mexico has been and has had a presence in IndyCar racing since the first races they came to Mexico. That you said my dad started those two races. Then Jose Legarza, Rebaque, my uncle Bernard, of course, and then Adrian, myself, and everything else, and now with Pato, so for Michael having a presence in Mexico and is good. And we're trying to get right now, we're working on trying to get Salvador de Alba. He's right now leading the Super Copa Championship in the touring cars, and he's leading also NASCAR Mexico. He's very, very talented young man. He did a test in Mid Ohio for the Indy Lights. He did really, really good. So we're working really hard. It's not easy, always the sponsors is hard, but we're working hard on trying to get him a seat next year in with Andretti Autosport in the Lights team.
Well, you're teamed up with the right guy, because between IndyCar, Indy Lights, Formula E, and whatever else he's doing, to team up with him was a great deal. Now, did he come to you for help because you beat him a couple times?
No, actually, with the Super Copa, I thought it would be good to have some of the guys in the States, like, I mean, Michael has a presence in Australia, even Penske teamed up with a team in Australia, not anymore, but he did, and Michael had some other things. So, I called Bobby Rahal and Jimmy, but it was COVID time and everything. Everybody was like, yes, we are interested, but it's not so easy right now. And Michael thought, yes, I would like to do it, but if I do it, I do it with you. And from then on, we started doing it, and right now we're working really hard on trying to make it to the next step. That would be, get that ladder going, from trying to find the best Mexican young guys and try to help them and work with them to bring them into the, Road to Indy program. And like you said, hopefully one day we can get another Mexican. Right now racing with Pato, in my time, with Adrian, myself, and then Mario came in, and all that. Mexico had a very big presence in IndyCars, and hopefully we can bring that tradition back.
Is motorsports big in Mexico?
Yes, it's big. It's big, and in the sense, that there's big tradition, since the Hermanos Rodriguez, when they raced in Formula One in the 60s, there's always like some kind of presence, either Formula One race in Mexico or IndyCars, or a Mexican guy in Formula One or IndyCars, so I think Mexicans do love racing, and I think it makes a lot of sense for companies to for a lot of companies that have big business relationships with the US, and to use racing as hopefully promoting their products.
Are sponsorships hard to come by at this current time? Or is there any funding available? Like, would Herdez jump back in to start at the lower level again? Like, would you enjoy for him?
Sponsorship is always hard, in good times and hard times. So it's about making sure, trying to deliver a good product and a good program. I do believe that, like you said, teaming up with Michael, it's the right team. They are always competitive, and Salvador is a great guy, great brand ambassador. So I do think that we have something really good and something promising, that it can be something for the long term, and good for the teams, the sponsors to team up with this program.
Do the sports media still follow you? I'm sure you still got a name that people recognize as being involved in motorsports and being a former IndyCar driver and Indy 500 veteran. Do you get a lot of publicity?
Well, of course, it's not as much as back in the day when I was racing IndyCars, but yes, I think it's a familiar name. The Jourdain name has been around racing for 50 some years now, 50, like 54, 50 to 55 years since my dad started racing. So people are familiar with us, and that we have been in racing always. And I think it's something that we have in similarity with Michael. It's we are in racing, and this is what we are doing, and this is what we will do forever.
Does Pato, his real name Patricio, does he get a lot of coverage down there?
Yes, of course. Now this year more. Something that is different compared to when we were driving is he doesn't have the big support from Mexican companies.
Right.
And with us that was the biggest difference. Because you had with Adrian Tecate, Quaker State, Kelmex, with me, Herdes, Corona, then Gigante, um, and all those big companies making a lot of noise, and we were their brand ambassadors for very big companies. So we were in TV or TV ads or something all day long, and then, the two races in Mexico, all those things made huge difference. But, Pato's doing good, and fighting for a championship, and he's doing so good that everybody is really, really proud.
Well, I would think with what he's doing now, at some point in time, he ought to pick up a sponsor from down there.
Yes,
Well, it's
hopefully.
kind of interesting. His name is Patricio O'Rourke, but he is from Mexico.
Yes, he is. So, yes, I think that would be something that would help a lot, because if Mexican companies start getting more associated with him, then IndyCar racing would be again more in the spotlight, and that would be really, really good and really helpful even for what we're trying to do.
Well, the interesting thing I find now, particularly now, or especially now, with the Formula One drivers coming in, the international attention that IndyCar is getting is quite phenomenal. So now when you come in to promote a product or get a product come in, you can tell them you're internationally known because IndyCar is getting international attention with these drivers coming in, particularly Romain Jourdain, but with Marcus Ericsson and Felix Unger and Felix coming in, and in fact there was a new Formula One driver who drove this past weekend. Illett, I think his name was Illett. A number of Formula One drivers are coming in, which is getting IndyCar exposure overseas in Europe, and that's good.
Yes, it's I think IndyCar is always a great option for those guys, and I think when I was that 1 year there was like 14 former Formula One drivers, and at some point it came down, but it's picking up. I think the series is going through an amazing moment. It's so competitive, and for drivers, of course, being in Formula One is cool. It's a dream for everybody, but after a couple of years, once you are there and it's so hard, there's only a couple of teams that normally are competitive. If you are not in one of those, it gets tiring pretty quickly, and the life in the States and IndyCar racing is a fantastic family, and they can be competitive. They can make a good living driving a fantastic car in great series, fantastic events. So I think IndyCar racing is an amazing option for all the top drivers in the world.
If one of your drivers makes it to the Road to Indy program, would you come up with him? Would you spend time here and help and coach?
Of course, of course. I came with Salvador to Mid Ohio, and I was there with him in the test, trying to help him understand what to expect and how to do it. But yes, if we do this, we're going to do it right, and to try to make this happen and have successful guys, and try to help guys live what I did and help them even try to make it better, than what I did.
Well, what you did, I thought, was spectacular. You were a nice guy to work with. You were very easy to get along with. If you were asked for an interview, you had no problem. You were the kind of guy that I think a driver needs to be to get the attention that you need to promote what you're doing and what your team is doing and the sponsors involved. So I think with your help, these young guys can learn. It's not just a matter of driving, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, actually. There's a lot more to it than just driving a car today.
Yes, well, it's always like that, and I was, like I said, I believe I am lucky, and all those things are always important, and the fans are are very important, and the media, and without the fans and the media, there would be no racing. So and it's this. I mean, all these people that for them it's also not easy. When you are driving, it's your job and it's your dream. So being there, it's easy. People are spending money to come there, and the most important thing is to be there for them as well when possible. Of course, sometimes you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
work and you got to do some other things, but it's important to do those things good.
Do you have more than one driver? You have several drivers that are capable of moving through your series and moving up to the Road to Indy program?
Yes, I mean, yeah, but we got to start somewhere. I think right now Salvador is the right guy, and first thing first.
Oh,
We must get the first guy there, and once we're there, we start with hopefully the second one.
well, they got the right guy guiding them. If anybody asks me, nobody has recently, but if they did, I'd say absolutely. Michel's the guy you need to help you get there.
Thank you.
So now you have a son and he's starting racing. That ought to be fun.
Yes, it's fun. It's so different and so wearing, and and you are there, and for me, I I've always thanked so much what my dad has done and keeps doing, being there for me always. So, but it's but when things like this happen, you even appreciate more what him and all the fathers go through, with their kids in everything in life. So, he's starting. I mean, right now we are not dreaming of anything. It's he's having fun, enjoying it, but he's starting to he's done good. This was his third race. He It's a class there. It has like 25 cars. um it has an ex like a rookie class, like 12 cars are rookies, and the third other 13 are like experts or whatever. And he qualified third of the rookies. He was up to second in the first corner, and he crashed in the second corner of the track. uh but it's learning process. But he's improving every weekend. And out of all the 25 cars, he qualified ninth, beating a lot in only his third race. So, I mean, right now we're not dreaming of anything bigger, but just for him to have fun, enjoy, learn, and see what the future holds for him.
Is your dad still involved in anything at all, or is he sitting back watching you?
No, no, no. He's involved. The Super Copa Championship we promoted, and he's very involved. He's very active. He's 74 years old, but he's stronger than ever, moving around and all that. So we gotta keep him busy.
74, he's just a kid. I got him by 8.
No,
And I'm still here too for some unknown reason because I love it.
You're 88.
No, I'm 82.
Oh, 82. I lost the connection. 82. No, you're looking good. You're
Yeah.
you're in very good shape. But we do this because we love
Yep.
it.
That's
As
the whole
long as I
secret.
can go to a race, I'll be going to a race. And as long as I can drive a car and feel that I'm competitive or I enjoy it, I will never retire. I always say, people retire from golf. People don't retire from playing golf. So
Right.
why would I retire from doing the thing that I love the most?
Well, that's good to hear. Good to see. I look forward to seeing you moving some young drivers up, and one day, hopefully, I could still walk and talk and see you at an event with your first driver coming up running the Road to Indy program.
Yes, I hope that we can make it happen for next year. That's the goal.
Well, that's good. And with the Andretti Autosport team behind you, it certainly will help make it happen a little bit quicker.
Yes, I mean they are very very professional. They are here for everything, and and so no, I mean it's hard. Like times is never easy. The pandemic doesn't help at all. But
No,
still, we don't, this will not stop us from trying.
that's right. Are the soccer games getting full capacity like this weekend. You see the NFL football games, the stands were jammed. In college, for that matter, were jammed. Is soccer drawing big crowds now?
No, not in Mexico. We're
Really?
still not allowed full crowds in stadiums. Formula One in first weekend of November supposed to be allowed to be 100% full, and hopefully from then on they allow all the sporting events and all concerts and all that to have more and bigger crowds.
That's good. Well, I'll tell you what, I when I saw what you were doing with Andretti Autosport, I said, I got to connect with you, which I had done some time ago. We talked about doing this several months back. When that came out, I said, I got to get him now and talk about it. I think a lot of it went. I mentioned to a number of people over the weekend that I was scheduled you for this week. They said, really, is he still doing racing? I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, he's still racing and he's winning. Really? Well, that'd be good to hear. So you still have people here. You have fans. You have people that know who you are, and look forward to seeing you again. Yes,
no, I have great friends. Like I told you, we went to Mid Ohio IndyCar race and had a lot of fun. So many friends, and it's good. I've been away for many years, but it's such a big family, and it's like seeing a cousin that you love for after 14, 15 years, or even more, and it's good. And so it was good, and hopefully you will see more of me in the near future.
Look forward to it. I want to thank you for taking the time out today to chat, and we look forward to in the future when things start to move up, you get closer to coming here, we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, you too. And no, thank you for thinking of me and having me in your show, and hopefully we do repeat this in the near future.
Well, hopefully we'll get back to doing these live. You're still not doing them live, obviously, and I couldn't come down to Mexico to talk to you, so maybe by next year when you get here, we can back doing live again. You come in and you've done my show several times live at McGilvery. Yeah. You may come back and do it again.
Of course, we'd love to.
Thanks for being here, and look forward to seeing you, and good luck in your endeavors. Hope you win a couple more races, and that your team gets up, and you and Michael get things going and get a driver up here.
Yes, that's a plan, and we will make it happen sooner or later.
Well, hopefully it's sooner.
Yes.
All right. My guest today has been Michel Jourdain from Mexico. He's a 500 veteran. He's a former Indy Racing League and kart driver, and won a couple of races. Good guy, and he's working on bringing young drivers up. So we hope to talk to him again. Until the next time. Thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing you again. And we have some more drivers lined up in the coming weeks, days and weeks. So we'll be back again. We've been off a little bit for a week or so, but we'll be back and get some more guests. Till the next time, Don Kay saying thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. See you again.